Alright, y'all, so I finally finished Wonder Man, and let's talk about it. I will be talking spoilers, so if you haven't seen it yet, drop a like and come back later. So my overall for this show, Season 1 of Wonder Man, is a 6.5. I know, I'm about to get roasted because on online, I've been seeing glaze. 90% of the Marvel fandom, Marvel fan base has been loving this show. They loved the show. They loved it. But for me, it was a little underwhelming, so let's get into it. Before I turn into a negative Nancy, I'll say a few positives. One, the casting was on point. I can't pronounce the actor who plays Wonder Man himself because, yeah, no, I just can't. That's a long name. But he was on point for Wonder Man. I think he was very good Wonder Man. Everything about him, how he looked, how he acted, how he talked. It's everything about him. Perfect casting, 10 out of 10 casting. That was a positive. Another positive is I will say I hope we do get a season 2. I really do want a season 2. I know I'm giving this season a 6.5 and that sounds bad, but that's watchable for me. And I think a season 2 could honestly be the 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 if they play their cards right. And the ending makes me want to have a season 2. Alright, so let's finally go into the negatives, and you guys can cook me in the comments if you want. I'm going to start with, I think there's a lot of useless episodes, and they went by too fast. I'm sorry, they really did, right? Total of 8 episodes are average about 30 minutes each. I think there was one that's actually even under 30 minutes. So it was like 27, 28 minutes. Very quick episodes. I was able to binge it literally in a night. Just went by like that, which is fine. Right now, all shows need to take, 2 weeks to finish or whatever. It's just like some episodes just feel like filler and way too short. I'm like, maybe this could have been a 2.5 hour, movie if they wanted to take some stuff out. But for me, a lot of useless episodes. I want to say there's very little action. I know I'm going to get roasted for that. Well, not every show needs action. I 100% agree with that. But for me, in my opinion, when I'm watching a comic book show, a superhero show, I like to see a little bit of action. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Especially when it's a character I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about Wonder Man. I never read a Wonder Man comic. I don't know fun facts about him. I literally don't know anything. When I went to the show, I'm going in blind on Wonder Man. And for me, I wanted to see some of the powers. Now, we've seen 10% if even of his powers in the show. We had one fight scene when it was in the hallway, the street or whatever it was, but like I just wanted to see a little more, man. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get roasted. I just wanted a tiny bit more action, even if it was just the season finale only. That's my thing, which we'll go into another point here. Season finale for me was a little underwhelming. I'm like, all right, they don't really have too much action here. They didn't really showcase his powers too much, but how episode 7 ended, I was like, all right, episode 8, I think we're going to see a little bit more of his powers, definitely with how this story is going. It kind of showed them a little more, but no fighting, right? He broke a camera, he flew out to, get Trevor out of prison or whatever. But, like, for me, I just wanted to see him punch a few guys with his powers and see what they can do. Because, again, even after this season, I still don't fully know his powers because they didn't showcase them. For me, I think the best way they could have fixed this is if they did a 10 to 12 episode format, right? This was 8 episodes. So what, 2 more episodes, 4 more episodes, right? And where we ended with episode 8, we could have had a few more episodes and we could have showcased a little bit more of his powers for me. But again, this is why I said I'm excited for season 2, because if they do a season 2, there's absolutely no way they won't show a lot more of his powers and more action sequences. But for me, again, maybe if I knew this character and I read his comics, I would love this show more. Maybe that's why most of the Marvel fan base likes it, because they probably read the comic, I would assume. But for someone that doesn't know anything about Wonder Man and wanting to get to know him, I didn't really get to see his powers. That was underwhelming for me. Again, a watchable show. I didn't dislike the show, and I think a season 2 could be good. But for me, I'm going to have it at a 6.5.